Esther Hicks and Jerry Hicks Law of Attraction Abraham Teachings. When you really want something, think about it and enjoy it. The vibration of your thought is in harmony with your desire, and we call it understanding or acceptance. But when you really want something and feel angry or afraid or frustrated, that means you are focusing on the opposite of what you want and thus adding a vibration of disharmony to your vibrations, and we call that resistance. The strength of the negative emotions you are experiencing indicates how much you are resisting the fulfillment of your desire. Your emotions absolutely accurately indicate the content of your vibrations. Thus, they perfectly reflect your current point of attraction. Emotions help you at any moment to understand whether you allow your desire to be fulfilled. We advise you to pay attention to your feelings and allow your emotions to serve as invaluable indicators of what they are. Negative emotions show that the thoughts you have chosen now are so out of harmony with the energy of your source that you forbid yourself to fully connect with the energy flow. You could say it's like you're running out of fuel in the tank. Your emotions don't create anything, but they indicate what you're currently attracting. If your emotions are helping you realize that your thoughts aren't leading you to where you want to be, do something. Reconnect with the thoughts that make you feel better. You have the ability to direct your thoughts. You have the ability to see the world as it is, or imagine it the way you want it to be. And whether you choose observation or imagination, both options are equally effective. In any case, your thoughts cause a vibration within you that corresponds to your point of attraction, and then circumstances and events flow to you that correspond to the vibration emanating from you. When you are surrounded by circumstances that make you radiate far from happy emotions, it is impossible to achieve instant happiness, because the law of attraction does not allow you to make such a leap. Similarly, it's impossible to listen to a song playing at 6:30 in the morning if your receiver is tuned to 101 FM, and it's easy to change your vibration pattern on 104, especially when you realize that this can be done gradually. By understanding how vibrations work, how they affect your life, and most importantly, how your emotions tell you about them, you can quickly and confidently move towards achieving what you want. You do not need to do anything. There are forces of the universe for this. Your task is simply to determine what you want. You constantly and naturally radiate all your desires, dreams and preferences, because you are at the front end of the universe, where this is possible. Therefore, you cannot hide your desire. The eternal nature of this universe will cause your desire to manifest. When it comes to creating your own life, there is only one question you must ask: how can I achieve vibrational harmony with the desire that was born from my experience? And the answer is simple: pay attention to what you feel, and purposely take away your thoughts about everything, preferring those that make you feel better. When you made the decision to come into this body, you knew that you were a creator and that on earth your environment will inspire you to choose and create. You also knew that whenever you ask, you get an answer. And you were pleasantly troubled by the thought that you were to be inspired by certain desires of your own, because you understood that the source would flow through you and carry with it the fulfillment of those desires. The time between when you have a thought and its physical manifestation is what we call buffer time. It's that wonderful moment when you think about something. Notice the feeling of that thought. Change the thought so that you feel even better. And then enjoy the gentle, gradual unfolding of whatever you've chosen with all-consuming anticipation. As your wish. There are no reasons preventing you from having what you want. As there are no reasons forcing you to experience what you do not want. Because you are in complete control of your life experience. We want you to know that you have full power and control over your life. The only reason why something unwanted happens to you is because you are paying too much attention to something that is not what you want. The law of attraction always brings you the essence of the balance of your thoughts, without exception. You get that? What you think about, whether you like it or not. And with time and practice, you will remember that the law of attraction never fails. It never deceives you, doesn't try to fool you, doesn't confuse you, because the law of attraction responds exactly to the vibration that comes from you. The basis of your world is the good. You may or may not allow it, but the good is the basis of everything. The law of attraction says that like attracts like. And in this way, the essence of what you direct your attention to unfolds in your experience. Therefore, there is nothing that you cannot become, that you cannot do, and that you cannot possess. Such is the law. Consider this question: if I am in Phoenix, Arizona and want to get to San Diego, California, how will I get to San Diego? Finding the answer to this question is very easy. It doesn't matter what mode of transport you decide to use: fly by plane, drive a car, or even walk. If you turn towards San Diego and move towards San Diego, sooner or later you will get to it. By realizing the clarity that emotions bring to your life, you will never again be in the dark about what you are doing with your current thoughts. You will always be aware of where you are moving at the moment, towards the fulfillment of your intended goal or away from it. Your understanding of what you are feeling will give you the clarity you want. When you know that you are moving towards the fulfillment of your desire, you can relax a bit and finally enjoy your fantastic journey. You are a perfect but evolving being in a perfect and evolving world. Your growth happens by default, the growth of your space-time reality happens by default, the expansion of the universe happens by default, but how much more satisfying will you be by consciously and intentionally participating in your own growth? If you are able to imagine something or just think about it, this universe is capable and has the necessary resources to give you that something in its entirety. The universe is like a well-arranged kitchen where every single ingredient is at your disposal. If you didn't have the ability to understand what you don't want, you wouldn't be able to know what you want. And thus, it is from encountering various life events that your natural preferences are born. In fact, these preferences come from you all the time, at different levels of your essence. Even the cells of your well-groomed body have their own experiences and radiate their own preferences, and Source accepts and responds to all these preferences without making any exceptions. This universe is expanding, and everything in it has the right to exist. In other words, in order for you to understand and experience what you want, you must understand what you do not want, because in order to make a choice and focus on one, both must exist. All physical beings on your planet are your fellow co-creators, and if you accept this, learn to appreciate the diversity of beliefs and desires, a life full of wealth, joy and pleasure awaits you all. Imagine that you are a chef in a superbly equipped kitchen that has every ingredient imaginable, and as you cook, you discover that many of them are not suitable for your current dish. Therefore, you do not use them, but you also do not experience inconvenience due to their existence. You simply use those ingredients that will enrich the taste of your dish, and leave aside those that are not suitable for it. From your non-physical point of view, you understood that there is enough room in your expanding universe for any thoughts and experiences. You were determined to consciously control the creation of your own life experience, but you never intended to control someone else's creation. Your desires are born out of diversity or contrasts. And the moment your preferences are born, they begin to attract, by the law of attraction, that which is their essence. So the universe expands, and that's why you're standing on its front end. Meaningful contrasts continue to give rise to an infinite number of desires, and the source responds to each of them. It is an expansion of infinite, ever-flowing positive energy. You will never reach the limit, because your existence will never end, and you will never cease to be aware of the world around you. But out of this awareness, new requests will always be born, and each new request causes a new response. Your eternal nature requires expansion, and in this expansion lies the possibility of inexpressible joy. Thanks for watching.